you who don't, please do. You will have seen in the last week, tonight is the culmination of something we call the Sprint Week, but it's actually about 10 days. 7 events across all of that, where we have been promoting actually how you do this. It's not about targets, it's about the transition. It's about how you carry people, business, industry, civil society with you. No government can do this on their own. No government can succeed unless they have the support of business, industry, and all sectors of their community. So in our agenda in the year ahead, it's about building up enthusiasm. It's about sharing the case studies of what we have done, about what others are doing to make that transition. These are not bumper stickers. These are about how, and it's about walking the talk and showing what we are actually doing. So the reason why those cars are out front, apart from the fact that I landed that investment from Tata Motors, is because we've taken the policy decision that every British ambassador and high commissioner across the world should drive green. So the Range Rovers are electric hybrids. We would love them to be all electric, but in this country, until there is the infrastructure with the charging stations, we can't be certain that if we go off-road in the Range Rovers, which is huge fun by the way, that we'll be able to get back without a recharge. So the hybrid allows us to switch over to old fossil fuel when we need it. But frankly, with solar power in ACT, so there's a photo, we went out yesterday to one of the solar farms to take a photo of the iPace, knowing that it had charged overnight with solar energy and was driving all around town without any emissions. So this is technology that is being delivered, and I just focus on the automotive industry, but if you look at, for us, we don't have sun, we don't have geothermal, we don't have a huge amount of hydro, but we have a lot of wind in Britain. I'm sure for those of you who've travelled there, you'll know what a windy British day is like. And being an island nation, we have gone hard on offshore wind. So 3 weeks ago, I think it was, the Prime Minister announced a huge package to attract investment, but also putting government money in to transform and be a world leader in wind energy. And that alone, we hope, will deliver 60,000 jobs in the coming decades. And coming back to the automotive sector, because we place targets, because we place the policies in place, because we put the regulatory framework in place, the original target we had set the industry in the UK of ceasing production and sale of diesel and petrol-driven cars by 2035. Again, last week we have brought forward that target date to 2030 because we have seen the pace at which industry is transforming and indeed attracting foreign direct investment. So I know we have some German colleagues here, thanks to BMW. The new generation of mini electric vehicles will be guaranteed and produced in Coventry, like all their oil-driven predecessors. We also know that Nissan, Japanese investment, again announced in the last week, will guarantee the London-designed, Midlands-engineered, but manufactured in the Great Northern Powerhouse, the new electric model of the Nissan Qashqai will be British-made. Again, preserving jobs from Nissan in the northeast, a famous old coal mining industry area. But now it's all about wind power and electric cars and the jobs of the future. So when we talk to our friends about the art of the possible, it's how we work with them, how we share our experience, including the mistakes we have made. But really, it is about the climate ambition that we must all have. It is about the how. So the partnership that I know Australia is looking to with Britain, but also with France and other partners on that technology roadmap. How do we deliver this? How do we assure people that as we transition out of one industry, we can move to the next, and that there are green jobs for the future, that are wealth-creating jobs, that secure our communities. We need to do this in developed nations. We need to support developing countries to do this. We know, and particularly our partnership with Australia and New Zealand, the challenge in the Southwest Pacific and how we work with the small island developing states, or as they prefer to be known, the large ocean states, to preserve their future. Because this is a security challenge. This is not just about green technology. If we fail in the countries that need our support, and for us in developed economies, the major emitters, reducing and moving to net zero, it is because if we don't do this, the sort of economic migration we have seen, and I know as a European, albeit stepping out of the EU, we have seen what mass migration driven by economic circumstances, driven by insecurity can mean. And climate, and the effects of climate, will see a mass migration before a mass extinction. For those who haven't seen Sir David Attenborough's film, A Life on Our Planet, do. Because the film ends with great hope that if we give nature a chance, nature will be kind to us. And some of the solutions for our future, apart from smart technology, is about returning to nature-based solutions, about rewilding our world, about cleaning up our oceans, restoring the green lungs of this planet we call home. So the agenda is huge. Partners here gathered with us tonight, many of you are on the side of the converted. So I don't have to preach to you, but as the British envoy in Australia, I know we have to walk the talk. So we drive our green cars. We have all our solar water heated here. And my wonderful vegetable garden that's coming along. So I don't have to go to the supermarket to buy things wrapped in plastic. That where we have fresh produce, we can serve it. These are small things, and people might say, well, what's the point? But every small step takes us on a collective journey. Tens of millions of small steps, governments standing up and saying, this is how we're going to do it. The partnerships to deliver new technology between business, industry, and yes, between government, creating the right environment for us to succeed, to attract investment, whether domestic or foreign. We can do this, because if we don't, I don't have children, but I have a nephew and niece whom I love dearly. Those that succeed us, that next generation of young leaders, will not thank us for our failure at COP26. We have had many COPs, but I think this one is the most important. We are at an inflection point, and either we get this right or we get it wrong. I say we get it right. I'm getting emotional now because that's how much it's matters. So let's do this. Let's build these partnerships. Let's work with the grain where it is difficult to convince. Let us get those compelling arguments and let us get it out there. Let us build up the momentum and let us make that difference. This is about the future. Let's do this. So Jamie, over to you.